What's going on, everybody? Welcome back, Dudes Who Bet Daily, Father's Day edition, June 18th, 2023. Just wanted to wish everyone out there a happy Father's Day who is a father. So that's 2/3 of this stream. Aaron, I hope you have an average day.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate that very much.
I guess you're a furry father, right? Although that doesn't sound great. So we're just going to skip on past that one.
That doesn't count. That does not
Michael
count.
Olson mentioned it right out of the gate. We got the pick 6 today at Santa Anita. Pool should get up around $3 million. So that's definitely the horse racing event. Our race of the day will come from Santa Anita. Before we jump into it, though, guys, we talked about the U.S. Open after the stream quite a bit yesterday. Did you watch the U.S. Open at all yesterday?
No,
Aaron. He was so excited to see this course, and he didn't even watch a minute of it.
Well,
go ahead.
It's slotted for tonight. It's in my realm of possibility. It's going to happen tonight. I've already told Sandy I'm watching this tonight. So she said, good. I'll find alternative TV in the bedroom. So, yes, I am watching tonight.
There we go. The leaders tee off today right around, I think it's like 2:40 or so in the afternoon. So the final round should end at night on the East Coast, which is kind of cool. And yesterday, the course played like a U.S. Open course. All of a sudden, it was hard to shoot par. The early part of the course is gettable. The late part is incredibly difficult, highlighted by an 80-yard par 3 that is just this crazy little slice of a green with bunkers back and front. Really, really fun course. Make sure you check it out. I played one bet today. I took Dustin Johnson minus a half stroke against English, not just because I love Dustin Johnson, but Harris English hasn't shot under par in any round of golf in the final round, except for once he shot a 69. So I think he struggles today. Give me DJ minus the half a shot there. But let's jump into some baseball, Aaron, because, hey, baseball's fun. We'll start out here with the O's taking on the Cubs. Should be an interesting game here in Wrigley. The Cubs took both of the first two in this series. The O's trying to avoid the street sweep. They've got Dean Kramer on the mound taking on Talon for the Cubs. Aaron, we'll start with you. What'd you do here?
This is a tough one. This is starting in 1 hour, so I'm excited. I got to get outside. We got to get this over with so I can watch this. Anyway, the Orioles, you look, they've got Kramer on the mound. He's not great. But, the Cubs have got Italian, or however you say his name. He's not great either. So going to be a little bit of a slugfest. I'd take the over 8.5. I think that's the best bet. Or, go over for the first 5 innings of this game specifically, I think is the play. I don't have a play on the side. I thought about, hey, the Cubs are plus money. Let's try to take him here and try to get the sweep. But I just don't trust either pitcher enough to take a side. So I went the over.
I played the O's first 5 plus 127, I think it was, minus the half run. The wind's blowing in 10 miles per hour, which isn't crazy for Wrigley, but Kramer's biggest problem is he gives up home runs. When he doesn't give up homers, he's actually a very good pitcher. So I'm hoping that the wind keeps the ball in play here, and the O's are able to cover first 5 plus 127. Papa Dude, what'd you do here?
Well, the O's let me down yesterday. That was my bet, 3-2 loss. So I'm mad at them right now. I just don't think they're going to get swept by the Cubs. I think the O's would win. I like your bet, Mike. I think 8.5 is a little iffy. So I'm staying away from it because I don't want to bet the Orioles at minus 120, but I don't think the Cubs are going to beat them today. So I think I'll stay away from it. But I do like your bet. Those over-unders, I just struggle with them. I really do.
It's hard to bet an over when the wind's blowing in Chicago. Like a lot needs to go right. However, this Cubs team is built around base-to-base movement versus home runs, so it should not overly affect them when the wind's blowing in. But with a pitcher who pitches well, except for homers, I'm going to go ahead and take a shot there.
This is a big game for the Cubs. They win this one. They're right in there. They're playing great. They really are. And I think they're a little better than what they were playing early in the year. And if they can get Steele back pitching, they've got a pretty good rotation.
It's the only team in the NL Central with a positive run differential right now. All of their 4 are negatives. The Cubs, who are sitting, I think, 5 back, 4 back, something like that, are the only team right now with a positive run differential. All right, let's jump over to a series that I think has been a ton of fun here. The Blue Jays taking on the Rangers in Texas. A total sitting here at 8.5. Texas sending Gray to the mound. Bassett's pitching for the Blue Jays. Papa, we'll start with you. This seems like a pitching edge for the Rangers, who probably have the better offense as well. That's why you're sitting there at the minus 135.
Yeah, I think the Rangers are going to get this one today. Bassett has been pitching really poorly in these last several outings. Gray, I read, has been having blister problems in some games where he's forming a blister and he has to come out of the games or he has to pitch around that, which some people have. What was that pitcher? Was it Nolan Ryan that used to put his hand in a pickle jar? Pickle Brian.
I think
that
it
who
was Nolan Ryan.
I
Yeah.
think it was because he had blister problems.
Mhm.
So other than that, I think he's a much better pitcher. I like Texas today. Texas is a very, very good team. Toronto is one of those that just kills you when you try to bet them. They're good enough to beat anybody, but they can also lose. So I like Texas today. I've got them in which we'll get to later as part of my best bet at 135. I don't know whether you bet them though, because you got to be pretty sure they're going to win if you're going to bet them.
Aaron, do you remember what Moises Alou used to do to avoid blisters on his hands?
No.
He used to pee on them. That's how he avoided them. Not even kidding.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, I'm dead serious. He was a Cub. I remember the story. I thought it was wild when I was like 12. It's a true one. It actually happened. Go look it up. I agree that the Rangers, I think, are the side here. I laid the half run in the first 5. You can get that plus 105. Notice a trend here.
Yep.
I think that they're the better team. Had this yesterday. I have it again today. Aaron, did you do anything?
I'm with Papa Dude. We'll talk about his parlay in a minute, so I don't want to talk too much about it. But I do have the Rangers involved in a small parlay I'm going to do. So yeah, we're on the same side here, Papa Dude. I like this Rangers team. I've watched them a lot. They've got a great lineup. When they get good starting pitching, they're tough to beat. So I'm with the Rangers here with Papa Dude. Why I put the Rangers in a parlay. I did not want to lay minus 135. That's just not something I like to do in baseball. But yeah, I do think the Rangers get it done here. And the cool thing about one of the cool things about Somich is you watch the Cubs every day growing up, and we watch the Braves every day growing up. So all like the Moises Alou. It's like, oh hell yeah, I love Moises Alou. Let's hear the story. That's a cool thing because we were talking off air. Now you can watch every team if you want to, but back then you either watch the Cubs every day or the Braves every day. That was your options.
Well, I mean, I would say, I don't know, 80% of our generation, one of the first teams, if you didn't live in a major market, your favorite team was the Cubs or the Braves because they were on TBS and they were on WGN every single day. I mean, I grew up with Harry Carey living in New York because I lived in Rochester, New York, upstate, where there's no real team. Mm-hmm. And I watched WGN and Harry Carey and became a Cubs fan because of it. So it was interesting back then. It was like, in my head, I romanticize it, right? Where it's like, it was such a simpler time when you could just choose between one of those two teams. And now
I'm so old. I grew up with Harry Carey in St. Louis, listening to him on the radio.
That's like blasphemy. He was never the announcer for the Cardinals. I wiped that out of my mind because go Cubs go, baby.
Well, you know what happened, don't you?
Yeah, the Cubs are the better franchise, and so they decided to go up to Chicago.
No. Harry, you want me to say this? Harry Carey was having an affair with the owner's daughter, or owner's wife. I'm sorry, and that was the end of him.
That's a bold move. I mean, going right to the top there. That is
it's the legend of Harry, right?
Yeah.
Love always wins. Always wins.
Oh boy, I could do a Harry Carey.
You didn't know that one
now, but I'm just going to avoid that. No, I didn't know that. We found out a lot about Moises Alou and Harry Carey in the last 5 years.
I did not know that about Moises. That's for sure.
No.
There we go. Now, Aaron, you have to drop some knowledge on somebody here because Papa Dude and I have done our job here on Father's Day.
I'll try. I'm thinking of something.
All right, let's head over to another great game here. Giants taking on the Dodgers. Logan Webb versus Gonsolin on the mound here. Dodgers minus 120. Total sitting at 8.5. Aaron, we'll start with you. What do you like here?
Well, last night the Dodgers lost 15-0. And 2 nights ago, they blew a 4-0 lead and lost in extra innings. I'm still going with the Dodgers. I think they're the better team. I think they've got the better pitching matchup here. I don't know what happened last night. I thought the Dodgers would win that game last night. Didn't bet them, but I was tuning in. Thought, okay, this will be a good game. And my goodness. But again, I think they've got the pitching edge. I think they're a better team, even though the last 2 games have not gone their way. I don't think they let the Giants come in and sweep them. So I'm going to take the Dodgers here. And spoiler alert, I've got them involved in a parlay as well. So you're picking all my parlay games here, Somich.
So we're just on the same wavelength here. Yeah, this was an interesting spot last night because Bobby Miller pitched well through 4 innings and then blew up in the 5th. The Dodgers didn't get any runs early for him, and that kind of blew apart the first 5 bet. I went under first 5, 4.5 here. Logan Webb and Gonsolin, both pretty good pitchers on the mound here. I'm not that concerned about, this was crazy to say, the Giants lineup after they scored 15 last night. But Gonsolin should be able to hold them down. Logan Webb has been very, very good in multiple starts this year. So I'm going to go with the under 4.5 first 5. Papa Dude, what do you got here?
I think the Giants are worth a shot. They're probably minus 105, something like that.
You can probably get them plus a little bit.
You
Maybe
think so?
100.
Yeah.
They're playing great. They really are. They are hot. Because they started off, they were terrible at the first of the year. So they've come along. What are they now? 6-7 games over 500. In fact, I think they're only half a game behind the Dodgers.
Yep.
I do like Gosselin though for the Dodgers. So I would think it's going to be awful hard for San Francisco to go in there and sweep them. But I wouldn't mind taking a shot on the Giants tonight. I started to say the 49ers. I wouldn't mind taking a shot on the Giants today.
Yeah, Giants are 4.5 back of the Diamondbacks. Dodgers 4 back of the Diamondbacks. Both of them looking up at Arizona. Who expected that coming into the season? Not too many people. All right, let's jump over here. Race of the day. We're going to head out to Santa Anita. Race number 10, smack in the middle of the pick six here. Again, mandatory pick six payout at Santa Anita. It's closing day there on Father's Day. They're estimating close to $3 million in the pool. And the 10th is highlighted by a couple Bob Bafferts, Aaron. But I don't think it's an open shut case just because of how much speed is out there. Did you end up with a Baffert on top here? Or you going somewhere else?
You know, I think you can get around the Baffert here, or the Bafferts, I should say. It could be famous last words, but I do think you can get around them. I went with the 8. I went with number 8, Manitowish. I think this horse is super consistent. I think we'll sit a nice stocking trip today, and I think it's got a shot to win. 4-1 on the board. That's not so bad. I think you're going to get every bit of that. You know, no kind of surprise. My second choice was the 3 Flying Drummer. To me, I think you can go too deep and be okay. I'm not a huge believer in the other Baffert Murray, but I do like this 8 quite a bit. Very consistent horse. Ramon Vasquez jumps aboard today. I think that's a good sign as well. So I like the 8, and I also like the 3.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting here. Oviatt Class, the 9 horse in this one as well, actually beat Flying Drummer in a maiden special weight at Del Mar. We heard a lot about that horse, and he took a year off. The 3 horse who's going to be your favorite, Flying Drummer, second off a 2-year layoff. Looked very good first time out, but just couldn't get the job done. I like the 5 Divine Armor here to kind of flip the script on Flying Drummer. 8-1 on the morning line. I think this is the horse that benefits from all of this pace, and there is a lot of it in this race. So I think Flying Drummer sits close and is able to close a little bit better than last time against the 3 horse. So give me the 5 Flying Drummer. This is a spread race for me. I like the 3. I like the 5. I like the 6. I like the 8. I like the 9. I think there's a lot of different directions that you can go here in the pick 6. Papa Dude, where you headed?
Well, in all your exotics, you better put the 8 in there. If you're betting a trifecta, you better put the 8 in there because in the last 13 starts, he's hit the board. 13 for 13. You don't see that very often. So this horse is very consistent. The downside is he's only won 3 of the 13, but he's been right there so many times. I think if he can just stay off the pace a little bit, he might be good enough to win. I think it's definitely between the 3 and the 8. I'm going to go with the consistent one like Aaron did. I'm going to take the 8 to win, but I'm a little bit afraid of the 3. I also like the 5 too, Mike. So 8-3-5 for me.
Should be a fun Father's Day card from Santa Anita. If you're bored and you want something to do, it's a $1,500 tournament over on ExpressBet. And of course, this pick 6 pool, which is a 20 center. So it's 20 cents. It starts in race number 7 and should get over $3 million. So definitely a pool worth playing there in the afternoon. It's all eyes on California. We got a pick 6 carryover and we have the U.S. Open out here. All right, let's jump into the best bets of the day. I'll kick it off here. I'm going to lay a half run with the Angels taking on the Royals today. You can lay that half and get plus 140. Granke on the mound for the Orioles. This Angels team is going to be pissed after last night. They absolutely blew a game after being up. I think it was like 8-2 at one point against the Royals. Lost that game 9-8. I think the Angels come out, play well today. And look, the Royals should not be anywhere near a favorite versus anyone. And it's basically a pick 'em today. So I would be very tempted to play the Angels just minus 108 or play them first 5 minus 108. But I went for a little bit more of a score. I went with the minus half run, plus 140 on the Angels. Hopefully we can get a good start from Tim Anderson on the mound and get the job done here with the better team. All right, Papa Dude. You got a Papa Dude parlay again for us.
I do because I'm in a slump, so I'm going back to Old Reliable today. I can't wait, by the way.
Old Reliable parlay.
That's right. I can't wait till the A's and the Royals next series. Man, that's going to be
coming up. Oh.
No, I can't. No, I don't mean. I mean, when they play again, that's going to be fabulous.
Yeah.
We have got to highlight that every day. I mean, we got to make some bets on that one. That's going to be fantastic. Okay, today I already talked about the Rangers, the Astros. are playing the Cincinnati Reds.
The best team in
And I'm
baseball, the
telling you,
Cincinnati Reds.
the Reds are impressive. They've got to lose sometime. I think today might be the day that they're going to lose. I just can't see Houston losing all three to them, although the Reds are playing as well as anybody. I'm just going, the odds are against them today. They've got to lose sometimes. So I'm going to go Rangers Astros. We're getting great money today at plus 185. This is really hurting me because this is a Texas parlay, which is really bothering me. But both teams are at home, and I just think they've got the advantage in the pitching matchups, and everything's in their favor. So I'm going to go Rangers Astros at plus 185.
You got the worst pitcher on the mound today for the Reds, Luke Weaver. That would be a positive. Astros pitcher, not wonderful, but not terrible either. This is probably the last day you're going to get the Reds for plus money in a while. I'm not going to bet the Reds here. I do agree the Astros are probably the more likely winner. I think this is correctly priced. Aaron, I know you've bet the Reds like I have, 7 straight days?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to make it 8 today, or did you lay off this one?
I'm laying off. I actually did the same thing Papa Dude did. I went Rangers, I went Astros, but then I added the Dodgers. I think it's plus 4 something, 437. I think it was when we bet it this morning on Bovada. So Rangers, Astros, Dodgers is where I went here. Look, I have had so much fun with the Reds, but I don't think it happens today. I think that the winning streak gets snapped by the Astros. But the Reds, man, they can hit. They're going to, they better show up with a good pitching performance in Houston, or it's going to be a slugfest today.
It'll be interesting to see if the Reds can keep it rolling and dip below the 3-1 price right now to win the NL Central. 3-1. Phenomenal. It's crazy. It was 40-1 literally 2 weeks ago on this show when we talked about it. All right, let's jump over here to Aaron's best bet of the day. Getting right back on the horse, buddy.
Well, yeah, exactly. So a couple of things really quickly. Kansas City and Oakland, August 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. That's when they play. That'll be in Oakland. You can get your tickets now, $9 to get into any of those 3 games right now. Go ahead and do that. You want to see Oakland and Kansas City.
Well, and get your tickets fast. Oakland fans travel.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You better snatch those up. Another thing, Somich, you might want to get on your sports book and jump on this right now. Looking at the line for tomorrow's game, the Reds and the Rockies. Right now, it's Colorado minus 120 in that game.
Ooh,
what? And it's Gomber versus Williamson.
Well, they're both awful, but still.
But why would the Reds be a underdog against the Rockies? So
I don't know. It goes back to the miss. Like I don't understand when. It's interesting when you start doing this, and you can compare teams and the prices offered.
Yep.
Right. Yep. The Reds and the Braves are valued at the same, which is wild to me. And we saw that was based on the Rockies playing them back-to-back series, right? Uh-huh. And we saw that the Reds were dogs 3 in a row to Kansas City.
Yeah.
And Colorado and Kansas City about comparable, but you have the Reds who've now on a 7-game win streak, beating the Astros twice after sweeping Kansas City. You were expecting when they faced the Rockies, the Reds would be slight favorites every day or decent favorites every day, especially when you have some of the Rockies' lower tier pitchers. And we're seeing that's just not the case. The Reds team still getting no respect from a betting perspective in the market.
I saw that, and I looked this morning because I wonder what this is going to be, because you and I have talked about this a lot. We were thinking Reds minus 150 would be about right. Like I said, Colorado minus 120 is that opening line. Oddly enough, it's the only line that's available right now for tomorrow's game. Really strange. Anyway, I guess because I know the starters that already in advance. But okay, let's talk about the Rays here. Yeah, going back to them. Look, got shut out yesterday. Not exactly what you'd like to see, but still a pretty good game. Padres played well, and they had a great pitching performance. And Magic nails the under, so that was good about that one. Today, look, Joe Musgrove on the mound for San Diego. I don't think he's going to shut out the Rays. And the Rays have, I don't know how to say that guy's name, Chirinos, something like that. He's solid. He's a solid pitcher. So I don't see any real advantage. If anything, I lead Tampa a little bit with the pitching matchup. And I just think Tampa's got a little bit better team. So I think they win the rubber game of the series. This has been a pretty good 3-game set here. I think this will be a good one today, but I do think the Rays win. And the biggest thing, and we talk about it, plus 125, it's just you throw them in there, and if they lose, it's whatever. But at plus 125, the Rays seem very logical in this spot.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to be betting against the Padres a lot. They seem like one of those teams that's overvalued as well in the market. They have not quite turned things around like everyone expected. They're still struggling. I don't think their pitching staff is as good as everyone thinks. I auto bet the Rays here. If I play plus 125 Rays Padres, even as long as the pitching matchup isn't overly beneficial toward the Padres, I'm going to bet that every single time. And I know Papa, dude, you like this one too.
I do, and the best team in baseball plus 125.
I would say the Braves are better, but yeah.
One of
the top teams, yeah.
One of the top teams. They got the best record. That's what I'm saying. At 125 against a team that's below 500, I just think you have to. I mean, you're not going to get this very often. So I think the Rays are a little bit disrespected also. I don't think they quite have the respect of everybody yet. I think everybody thinks they got off to that 13-0 start. Well, they're 38-23 cents. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
No. And to win 100 games, they only have to go 49-39 the rest of the year. I mean, this team's pretty much a lock for the playoffs,
I agree with your stance there, Papa Dude. I think that because they won those 13 in a row, they get a little less respect, right? Because it's like, well, it was the win streak. That's what caused the difference, right?
Yeah.
And they kind of played 500 ball right after it, but have now found their stride again. I mean, I think they're playing very good baseball right now. So I like the Rays here plus the 125. And we talked about this yesterday too. Like with betting baseball, the strategy that I think we're all employing at this point is play a lot of games for a little bit and try and find plus money winners. And, if you're playing 7-8 games, go 4-3 every day, right? When you have that type of strategy, this is, like I said, one of those games you're almost auto betting it because you're getting plus 125 with a team that is very good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you have to take it.
That's the thing. If you're making, you can't lay a run and a half minus 135, right? Don't do that. Don't ever do that. But if you're betting, plus monies or around plus monies, and you're going, like I said, 5-4, 3-2, something like that, it's still good. And then, you're kind of churning a little profit, and then boom, you hit a nice day where, like yesterday, you went, I think 7-2. You said I went 5-1. You go to sleep happy. Now, unfortunately, the best bets were 2 of our 3 losses combined yesterday.
That's true.
So there's that, but still, overall, it's those are really good days. And so, that's the key. And like I said, you've said it a million times, the variance in baseball, my God, it's crazy. So you just kind of gotta stay in that plus money range and just kind of churn it out. Just like the baseball season. Every day it's like a slow churn.
It's a long grind. It is not a sprint. It's not a sport where I would ever, like in football, I will bet 5% of my bankroll on games. I will not bet a 5% baseball game this entire year. It just the variance is too high when you have these teams going at it. And it's why when you have a small edge and playing a lot of games, I think is a better strategy than playing like 1 or 2 and pounding them, because it can go wrong quickly if you're doing that.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's jump into the best bets of the day. Then we'll take off here on a happy Father's Day edition. Somich taking the Angels first 5 innings minus a half run plus 140. Aaron taking the Rays plus 125. Papa Dude with a Papa Dude parlay to close out the week. Astros Rangers plus 185. 5-7 for the week. Down $226, up $261 for the year. Thank you very much for joining us today. Good luck with all of your bets. Make sure you get involved there in the Santa Anita Pick 6, just 20 cents, starting at race 7. Should be about a $3 million pool. Enjoy baseball. Enjoy the U.S. Open. Great sports day here on Father's Day. We will see everybody back here, same time, same place, Wednesday for more Dudes Who Bet Daily. Until then, good luck with all of your bets.